Oi! So it's been quite a while since I've done an update. I've just been kind of busy, and I actually just last weekend watched a whole bunch of stuff. I had a bit of time, so I had a big binge. So I thought I'd do this update and just show you all the movies that I've watched of late. And then I've had lots of pickups, but I've lost track of what I've shown you and that sort of thing. So I've got the ones I'm pretty sure I haven't shown you yet that I've picked up in the last few weeks. So I'll show you them at the end. And yeah, my Aussie Ozploitation competition is still running. You can enter up until this coming Saturday, the 4th of October. Just look back in a couple of my YouTube vids if you want to enter that. But yeah, so last weekend I had a binge and I watched the Toxic Avenger. I watched all 4 out of this pack, and I'd never ever seen the Toxic Avengers before. This is the first time for all 4 movies, and I had a ball, man. This was it was just insane, this pack. I really loved it. I don't know which one was my favourite. I kind of didn't mind. I don't know what people think of these movies, but I kind of didn't mind a couple of the middle ones, too, and they were all pretty damn funny. So I had a good fun with all of those. You know, they're all of them on the back. Maybe it was because by the time I got to part 4, I was, it had been a long day, but I probably liked 4 just slightly less than the rest. But yeah, man, I had a really good time with the Toxic Avengers. And then I watched a couple of the nurse movies that I got. This one, which is called Sick Nurses, Taiwanese horror, and this was actually really pretty cool. It was the little monster, or the sort of ghosty thing, which you can see his hand there, is a little bit like the ghosts that they use in The Ring and what's the other one, The Grudge. A little bit like that, but this is more funny and wacky and out there than those movies. The kills were just crazy. A little bit more, Nightmare on Elm-ish, dreamy sort of kills. Somewhere between, I guess, The Grudge and Nightmare on Elm Street. But man, it was hilarious. Really good fun. Some crazy kills, lots of blood and stuff like that. It was actually really such a really cool movie. And then I watched another nurse movie. I was going to watch, I got 3 of them the other day. I was going to watch all 3 nurse movies back to back. But by the time I came across this one, Nursey, this was terrible. Pretty low budget, and it's basically sort of a semi-rip-off of, what's that one? Misery. Same sort of deal. A guy has an accident, and then this nurse who lives out in the middle of nowhere takes him and takes care of him, if you know what I mean. And but she's got a few other people that she takes care of as well. So it just wasn't very good. It was kind of boring. It reminded me too much of Misery, really. Really poor man's Misery. Then I watched this exploitation film, Sillip, and I actually got onto this thanks to Jesse Midnight Crawler, another YouTuber. Ages ago, he posted about this movie. He's seen it and got it, and said how crazy it is. So I got my hands on it. It's been taking me ages to watch it, and I finally got around to watching it. And it's pretty full on. It's pretty sleazy. It's basically a big sleazy sort of movie. I think it says something here. If there were a prize for the wildest film of all time, I'm pretty sure this one would win. And reading that, I thought, man, this has got to be pretty out there. And yes, it was sleazy as all hell, but it probably wasn't the wildest thing I've ever seen. But yeah, and it's actually pretty long. It's over 2 hours. Probably was a bit long there, to be honest with you. And then, but I did enjoy it. Then I picked up, and I got the Greek versions of these because I wanted to get them all in a pack, and I wanted the uncut versions, and this was the cheapest way to get them. So all the Ilsa movies, some more exploitation type stuff, I think from like the 70s and that sort of thing. So I can't tell you exactly the titles now because I can't read Greek, obviously, but they're all in English, these movies, but different sort of exploitation ones. I think there's one in prison. And I got onto these thanks to Deranged Duncan at one stage. I think he was looking at them on VHS or something with Cine Stalker, and so he said the Ilsas were pretty neat. So I'll check those out. I think the first 2 are meant to be the wild ones or the better ones. So we'll see how we go. And then these are some pickups I've made in the last few weeks, which I don't think I've shown. I'm pretty sure I haven't. Picked up this classic one, Munchies. Watched that as a kid. It's pretty good. A little bit of a poor man's Gremlins, but it's actually pretty enjoyable, a little bit different to Gremlins. Ghoulies 4, which I've never seen. I've seen the other Ghoulies and got them, and I thought I'd better pick up 4. It's probably complete rubbish, but I don't know, give it a whirl. Dark Angel, which I've seen quite a while back, but I just bought it because it was cheap and thought it was pretty cool at the time. It's a full moon one, but I didn't mind it. This one, Baby Blues or Cradle Will Rock, which I haven't seen. I picked that one up. It looked pretty vicious, so I thought, oh, we'll give that a whirl. And then Reform Girls School. One of the people that comments on my YouTube page quite often, not Ralph, Lauren Ralph. She comments a lot on my page, and she's always got some cool recommendations. She reckons to check out Reform Girls School, which I actually started watching the other night. I need to get back to it. It was getting pretty good, so I'll have to get back to that. This one, which I've seen before, it's No Man's Land. I think it's Rika 2, Rise of the Rika. Yeah, so Rika 2. I watched Rika and Rika 2 ages and ages ago, and yeah, they weren't perfect, but I kind of enjoyed them, so I picked this one up, and I've got the first one coming as well. They're not great movies, but there's something kind of cool about them. And this one, because I remember watching this at the movies when it came out years ago. Yeah, it was just something special about it. Kurt Russell, he's awesome. Soldier. I don't really hear it getting talked about a whole lot, but I remember it being pretty damn awesome. So yeah, that's it, man. That's the stuff that I've watched, which hasn't been, apart from the little binge, hasn't been a huge amount that I've watched. But I have to get back into it because I've got a big backlog of stuff to watch, and then a ton of new pickups. Plus, there's probably other ones, but I just can't remember which ones I've shown you or not. So yeah. But anyway, if you want to join that competition that I've got, it's nearly run out. It's on Saturday, the 4th of October. It finishes. Check out a couple of my videos back to get any of the details of that. You can win 8 movies, all sent anywhere. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.